people that have defended the LGBT have generally demonstrated historically homosexuality has been considered an aberration of human behavior, and together with it, it has been considered part of Satanism. The homosexuality practice has been part of the ritual of Satanism. And I believe that if praying in the school is prohibited because of the first clause of the First Amendment to the Constitution, separation of church and state, Satanism is a religion, and it shall be prohibited to teach in the school and integrated in the American society by the government anything related to the LGBT agenda, which is at this moment in the United States is like an orchestration. And that's my opinion. Please don't pass on the name of the first clause of the First Amendment. Do not pass, do not integrate in the educational system of the country satanic doctrine and satanic practice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Kimberly Beltran? Is Kimberly Beltran here? No? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to express my thoughts regarding Resolution H11. The celebration of sexuality of any kind in no way, shape, or form contributes to the safety or health of anyone and does nothing beneficial to the academic learning environment of minor children. The identification or declaration of one's sexuality is not an accomplishment. When we think about the greatest contributors to our society in the fields of science, technology, engineering, math, or arts, the sexuality of the individual never comes to mind except a pervert's. The celebration, highlighting, or recognition of any sexuality or gender ideology, including gender dysphoria, which is a mental illness, does nothing to foster a welcoming school climate. Promoting or enforcing the acceptance of gender, sexual ideology, or mental illness is wrong and inappropriate, in especially what is supposed to be a non-political academic setting to minor children. And comparing sexual gender ideology to major events in U.S. history is a disgrace and insult to every U.S. citizen. Not every student will or must be liked or accepted. Enforcing codes of conduct, teaching kindness and manners, and promoting the general concept of don't be a jerk to others are infinitely more effective at inspiring civility and goodwill. That's how you foster a welcoming school climate. Trust parents to decide if, when, and to what extent their children learn about these issues, and stick to math, science, English, and civics. In closing, sexual and gender ideology has no place in our education system, and it is not welcome. Taking this junk that has been intentionally removed from the classroom and bringing it into the hallways is a sleazy, manipulative, and perverted way to circumvent the Parental Rights in Education Act signed into law earlier this year. As a concerned parent and resident of Miami-Dade, I urge the board to strike down Resolution H11 to recognize October 2022 as LGBT and the Alphabet Squad History Month, and deny consideration of Obergefell and Bostock cases from 12th grade U.S. government curriculum due to their sexually based foundation. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Juan Carlos Esquivel. I'm a resident of Durante. I'm here to speak with regards to H11. I'd like to begin by saying that I'm a 55-year-old grandparent that was in the Miami-Dade County public school system all his life. Needless to say, I have 4 children that gave me 3 grandchildren that are in the Miami-Dade County School public system. Ladies and gentlemen, in 1988, President Reagan signed into law a Hispanic Heritage Month, Law 100-402, that extended a celebration between September 15th and on October 15th. I cite this because as my 4 children were growing up, in their school years, during the month, we celebrated heritage, okay? My question is going to be, what's going to happen to that celebration month? Because they're interlocking to each other, or is that does not exist anymore? Today, our young children face a lot more peer pressure than what we did. There is no doubt that the future of gender exists with all the respect of the LGBTQ and may develop an interest on those that do not want to even get involved in it. If you give more colors to things, they become more appetitable. Education begins with the parents who are responsible for the ground and social behavior of their children in this world. They brought them here. Not long ago, an ordinance proposed by one of the members, Unara Suni, gave us a right for 1 day in prayers in our school. They're proposing to give this a whole month. I think the world is going the wrong way. Finally, I am an active candidate for the City of Doral Council.
Sir, we're not, sir.
No, I know, hold on.
No,
But I say that because recently,
Sir, the only reason I'm going to interrupt and the clock will start is because we don't allow political, that you're running for office. That's the only thing. My apologies, but that's the only, I have to interrupt you for that. But you can continue, and the clock will start running for him.
okay, this reflection, I'm gonna omit the whole paragraph. To those recently elected, okay, as you go through your campaign route, I assure you, you did not mention that you will vote for something like this, because the turnout would have been differently. As a concerned grandparent, I ask you not to vote against the age 11, okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Clean Warner Soringen. Hope I pronounced it right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you to the school board for allowing me to speak today. My name is Quinn. I am a field organizer with Equality Florida, the LGBTQ civil rights organization for Florida. I myself am a third generation in my family to have the privilege of growing up in Miami-Dade and Broward counties and South Florida in general. My mother was a nurse at Jackson Memorial. She went to University of Miami. So did my uncles as well. I myself went to school between the 2 counties, and as a representative of Equality Florida, but also of South Florida today, I also want to first thank the leadership of member Lucia Baez-Giller for bringing forward the resolution today, and the entirety of the board for voting on this resolution in the previous year. Once the resolution moves forward again, Miami-Dade will once again be in the ranks of other counties that have passed similar resolutions within the last 2 years, such as, but not limited to, Broward County, Alachua, Polk, Pinellas, Sarasota, and Hillsborough counties. That is some of the most populated counties in the entire state. It is not just red or blue. This is a very popular thing for your citizens. You heard it, you have over 200,000 LGBTQ citizens in this county alone. LGBT history is not just American history, it's not just Floridian history, it's the history of this county. The symbol that I'm wearing today was born as a symbol of love and survival and pride because in 1977, brave activists in the queer community decided to stand up against a resolution that would have made it legal to discriminate against us in housing on the basis of our sexual orientation. They lost that fight, but because of that today, this symbol that the Nazis once put on us, to use this as others, we use as a symbol of love, of freedom, and of respect and unity. And it is ingrained in this county. That is why we need to teach it.
Sir, your time is up. Thank you. Thank you so much. Raúl Pestana.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Raúl Pestana. I'm a veteran, a Cuban, parent of 2, live in Miami. Grew up in Miami since 1966. Went to Miami High, where they actually taught mechanics, AC repair, electricity, drafting, sewing, cooking, and many other things that were actually used on a daily basis. They were all wiped out, substituted with bunch of stuff that we really don't need. During my real bold lift, I was on alert as part of Caribbean Solid Shield, the 82nd Airborne, wanted to protect everyone. The education system has slowly changed the meaning of gay in 1971. It used to mean happy up to 1971. Also, the rainbow colors that represent Christ was also changed to represent the LGBT community. So as a parent, I'm opposed to HR 11 as it interferes in the parental rights bill. Thousands of students whose parents are taxpayers and hundreds of teachers did not come back this school year. You gotta think about that. Kids are graduating without the ability to put air in their tires. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Fatima Shaken? Fatima Shaken? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I am Fatima Chapin. I am a mother of 5 children. I am a grandmother as well. My kids are actively in Miami-Dade County Public Schools. I am also a representative of Miami-Dade County Council of PTAs and PTSAs. I am the Vice President of Advocacy and Legislation. I advocate on behalf of all children in Miami-Dade County. In spite of our differences, in spite of everything that we're here for, my job is to represent every single child with every single legislation. I am very saddened today to see some groups and some people spading hate. It's about kindness, it's about love, it's about unity, it's about bringing our community together.
Wow.
Let's not play the role of God. Who are we? What are we doing to each other? Look around. I am very saddened to see this. Let's unite. Let's work together as a team. Because you're a mother like I am. I'm a foster mother. I take care of children that don't have a voice. So I am here today on behalf of those kids that cannot have their parents come here and say, I want this bill to go through. We need to represent the LGBTQ community. We need to celebrate. We need to engage. We need to be peaceful. We need to be kind. And keep it classy, ladies. Enough.
Thank you. Patricia Moore?
Yes, I'm a grandma.
Is Patricia Moore here?